All right, you're live.
All right. So, who would like to
Slur.
recap part of what happened? Let's leave the thing out, but let's just do the recap without that one part.
We went through a dungeon.
Exhilarating.
I mean,
Technically,
that's pretty much all that happened.
We set
And a
a
mace.
giant's flashlight on fire.
so effectively the short and sweet of what happened last session was a continuation of Reed's mental state, a fight with a wyvern had ensued.
It was actually paired with
Oh.
schizophrenia.
The fight went for a while until this wyvern had been incapacitated, at which point the party had been somehow again transported to a room filled with webbing. Some of the party members decided it would be a good idea to light this webs on fire.
Was this player Fox or Demon?
Both Demon and Alyssa's characters
Ah.
decided to burn it, which, in fact, lit the webs on fire. They found out that all of the webs were connected throughout this cavernous area. What was seeming to connect all of the people here and place them under this hypnotic effect was through this webbing. Freeing everybody and allowing the party to leave. Now, Ebram, you didn't make it into the mindscape. Ebram, after Reed had stepped through, Ebram had his own aside. Through whichever means you would like for a bit of a dealing with one's own backstory.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, hey. What's up, Demon?
Passed out.
That's a
and woke up.
great answer. Unmute. First thing, bark.
We are recording. Just so you know.
Man, I sure hope there's no bears around. A weird looking animatronic in the corner.
As Ebram is pushed through this, remembering through his past, before you feel things get too tense for yourself, Ebram, you are snapped back to reality.
Oops, they're gonna grab me.
You are outside of the chapel. And at this point, you are beginning to notice fires going throughout the village. You see there are people panicking. It takes a moment for you to figure out your bearings. You're passing by multiple people looking for the rest of the party. People keep bumping into you. You see in the distance the cart that you all rode in on, the wagon. And there's the rest of the party. You go running over towards the group. You see the mother-in-law from the Gosford beginning to leave the group, heading out on her own way. You see Reed. You see Vestel. You see Ishiyama. And you see Adamant. There's someone you don't see.
He's gonna look at the Steel Strider and just be kind of like, one. And he's legitimately like looking around and slowly turning. And he hasn't said anything. He's just quietly realizing that for the first time ever, he's like, who's not there, and he doesn't know where he is. And he starts turning, getting more frantic, and as he doesn't see that golden glint that he's used to seeing, and he doesn't vocalize anything as much as possible, but his hands are starting to shake, and he puts them into his coat pockets because he truly doesn't know what to do at this moment. He'll slowly walk up to the cart, and he'll look from each individual, silently wanting to ask the question, but not wanting to give voice to it and make it real.
God, I don't that in. Don't hold it off.
Ishiyama just looks at Ebram and just shakes his head.
He rubs his nose a bit and he goes, "Okay, okay." And he just kind of sits down at the end of the cart, and he kind of looks around, and he shifts around in his pockets. And as he pulls out of his pocket, there's a small coin. It's almost the shape of a coin, and it's kind of uneven. It's not perfectly circular, and it looks like it was crafted by someone who doesn't necessarily master the skill. But on one side, there's a fingerprint. It looks like a big old thumb. And on the other side, there's a paw print. And he kind of just fidgets with it. And he doesn't really say anything else, but his body is just shaking, and he doesn't know what to do. And it's one of the few friends that he's been able to make along the way. And he doesn't know what else to do at this point. God damn it, why am I tearing up?
Ebram, I don't know, I don't know. You want to know how, or do you want to just...
No. Was it quick at least?
It was quick. He died trying
That's good.
He died trying to save all of us.
That sounds like him.
Fortunately, there was nothing we could do.
He probably knows that. Selfless little bugger.
He's gonna be missed.
Oh, I know.
So
I just need to stop by a library when I can.
you and me both. We do have what's left of him. We do plan on at least giving him a proper send-off.
Oh. store, but it sure as hell ain't gonna be here.
No. No. Figure go back to his hometown. It's the least we could do for him.
I'll get an urn, something, so he'll probably want to be with me, or maybe go back to that nice place where he ran off to when he didn't know where I was.
That's fine. For now, though, we probably need to go get some rest.
Yeah, probably.
You all begin your trek back to Gosberg. You know the location that your end goal is Corrin. You make it to Gosberg itself, and adamant, you convince the guard to go and check out the village. At which point, you begin noticing there is a rather high guard presence in Gosberg itself. The streets seem to be rather heavily manned. And you're beginning to notice as well there are significantly higher numbers of troops than what was when you were at the governor's ball. And a lot are beginning to board vessels.
It seems like them getting ready for an invasion.
Probably find, and ask what the fuck's going on. I'll try and go and see if I can get a hold of a god.
I'll go with him.
Alright. Doesn't take you terribly long to find someone who's not quite setting up to leave. A rather large guard in what you could assume is either captain or lieutenant badging. He spots you, does not react in any way, but doesn't seem to tell you to shove off.
So, why is there so many guards here, and where are you all heading?
Drax's vessel was attacked.
Oh shit!
How long ago?
And how bad?
Yesterday. We don't know exactly the extent of the attack, but he was on his way back from... on his way to Archway City. We don't know exactly the extent, but we did have a survivor who managed to make their way back on a raft. Didn't seem particularly happy, but from what we gather, where that ship was, there should be something underneath.
Yeah, I wanted cookies.
Do you think that it was the
Swaggin?
yeah.
Yeah. He came back covered in some kind of a slime,
That checks out.
and swearing that a fisherman came up.
That's how all the other ones were. So,
Live prisoners.
Yeah.
The others didn't have live prisoners.
And they probably want information out of the ones they did take.
they have live prisoners, then I'd also assume that they knew who they were attacking.
That's
that-
why
had
we're
a
sending
plan.
as many as we are. Someone knew Draska was on his way out there.
You think they're going to attack an armada like this, just out of curiosity? Or are you just planning on doing a search and rescue?
Search and rescue, but having the whereabouts to counter-strike if need be. If Draska goes, that's a lot of leadership. He doesn't exactly split up his mandates.
I'm gonna turn to Ishiyama. Should we proceed with the mission as told by Draxa, or... I don't think we're much of use with an armada like this anyways.
No. And honestly, if we... And no offense to you, guardsmen, but if we were to tag along with your armada, we would have to follow more stringent rules than what we're used to. But probably should carry on with the mission as he said.
Draska gave you a mission before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can handle his search and rescue.
Then we proceed as planned. Plus we can make the detour for, you know...
Well, I guess we should probably get the ship ready then if we're going to do this. We don't want to waste any more time. As much as it pains me right now,
You can, from where you are, take the river past Cots and into Corrin, and then go back out and hit the coastline to go towards Fermina. If the plan is to still go to Corrin. If not, you could just beeline straight to Fermina along the coastline.
we should probably see what the group thinks we should do.
Yeah.
I really don't want to have to beeline there if we don't absolutely have to. Plus, that would give us some time to get our heads clear. Get them screwed on straight.
I agree. Well, no, we know. Let's head back. We don't want to bother them more than we already have.
On the way back, Dakota, can I just stop at like a shop and just buy another pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, of course.
Why buy a pack of cigarettes when you can just buy a big old satchel full of tobacco?
I do have a satchel full of tobacco. I just haven't made any yet, and quite frankly, it's easier to buy them.
You just
And
lazy.
we'll get the cost figured out here in a moment. Let's just go ahead and
Just 12 of them, and I figure it's a copper.
let's focus on this for a second, and then I'll figure out what the math will be. You guys swing back to the rest of the party.
Yeah.
So, they say Drax's ship got attacked by Zwagan. They're going to head out and do some search and rescue and potentially counterstrike if the opportunity arises. So we have,
It's gonna be a dangerous option, even for a fleet of that size.
well, considering Drax is kind of their head.
I didn't say it was unwarranted,
Yeah.
just that it is.
We have two options. The first is to stick to the plan that Drax gave us and head back to Archway City now and beeline it there. Or
Fermina.
Or Fermina.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mina.
Or me and Reed both agree it would probably be nice to head up river to Corrin to pay respects for Boo, and then head that way. It gives us time to
I would
Or
like
even-
that. If you all want to.
screw our heads on straight, I guess.
I would greatly appreciate that.
I think all of us would, honestly. So it's settled?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go inform the ship's captain and get ready to go.
All right.
Okay.
I'll say, let me see here.
We've usually just done
The-
12 for a copper. It's what we've been doing.
Yeah, let's do that. As you're passing by the shop, you see something kind of peeking out from the like a table. It glints, and Ishiyama, it definitely catches your eye.
I'm gonna kind of shake it off. Like, I'm seeing things, like just trying to imagine that Boo's there. And then, after about a minute or two, I'm gonna look back over and see if I still see it.
You do. It seems almost deliberately placed.
Look over and look at it.
You see a part of some kind of badge. Something's. It doesn't belong with the items sold at the shop. As you,
Is this in the shop?
it's on a table outside of it,
Oh,
like
okay.
a just
All right,
display
all right, I
area.
gotcha. Yeah.
Just selling his fit. Wow.
As you flip it over, you do recognize a crest.
Hold on.
Oh,
Don't die, jeez.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pick it up. And then going to... I do recognize this, right?
Yes. Let me tell you what this is.
Please do.
Nice.
Thank you. You notice the edges of the badge itself has a bit of blood on it.
Now I'm going to look around kind of confused. I was a little bit annoyed with this at first, and now I'm kind of more confused. Do I see, like, anything?
Mm.
All right.
Give me an investigation check, and I will say that this is at advantage. Didn't need it, but...
Not at it.
It's not humanoid. Blood on it. It's... aberrant.
I'm going to stick it in my my bag, and then I'm going to keep on going. I'm just going to,
All right.
as I'm walking back towards the group, or towards the ship, I'm going to keep an eye out for aberrant, anything resembling that, or high alert for that badge now.
All right. You make it back to the ship. Begin to
I
eat.
think we're good for right now.
Huh?
I think we're good for right now.
Vampire, no ice cream.
Stomach's so
You
kind
back to the ship. Allow them to know what the plan is. And if everyone is ready to continue on to Corrin.
If they're up there with me, you can close the door.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Didn't bother me.
Let's go. Oh, wow.
This is
It's going.
a 2-day journey.
Not at the moment.
Technically, it's a 1-day journey on ship. However, it will be night by the time you get to Corrin. So, we'll just chalk this up to being 2 days.
Fair.
You all find your own rests. Vestel still have some issues with the whole moving water thing.
Yeah. She's trying to figure it out. She doesn't like ships.
I'm gonna go up as we're sailing through on the only night we're on the ship, and I'm going to write in my journal and smoke some and drink some and just kind of be out in the open. Just be up at the front of the ship.
Estella's on basically the main deck, just because she can't deal with underneath because it's worse.
Yeah.
Just like hung over the side, like. Ugh.
You hear somewhere on the ship, someone just yells out, "Please don't puke on the deck."
This is why I'm hanging over the side now.
There's ropes if you need something to hang on to or tie yourself to the ship with.
Uzgar's got me. Sadly, Uzgar is just kind of holding on to her, like.
Yeah.
As the ship is kind of swaying and we're going, Adamant's just swaying along with the ship.
Ebram is kind of in the communal hold where they're probably sleeping, and he's trying to do what he normally does on these trips. He's trying to do calculations. He's trying to set off on his next thing he wants to make, but he's still in the throes of grief, so he still doesn't.
There's no
He's missing the presence of someone who is always there with him. So he's not making a lot of progress.
He will just be reading a book, leaning against. I'm guessing it has a sail, right? Like a mast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just be leaning against that, reading a book.
I'm gonna wrap up writing. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pass Vestel. You need anything, holler, but
She just kind of like heads still over the side of the ship, just gives him a thumbs up.
Freshwater's behind you. I'm gonna go down, and I'm actually gonna go find Ebram.
Ebram is sitting pretty much sideways on his cot, and has papers on a set of barrels that he has, just pretty much making a makeshift table. And all of his schematics are out, all of his items are out that he uses to make calculations and designs, but he's holding that coin instead. He's just holding the coin, no longer even trying to fake that he was trying to move on or ignore something. He's just staring at the coin. He doesn't even acknowledge that you enter or recognize that you're here.
Ishiyama, as you're stepping into seeing all of this, give me a quick perception check. You see these different blueprints, and they all have two styles of handwriting written on practically all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You see one that is tucked slightly under the rest, where you can see it's an equation of some kind that it's a bit over what you're used to seeing. That's a high degree of math, but you see something has been spilt on one side of it. And you see a paw print that's in the middle of this spill. It seems as though this particular piece is tucked away out of view.
How you holding up there?
I'm gonna do. He barely hears you. Like, he hears he doesn't hear the question in it. He just goes, When he turns over the coin again, the light from your cigarette shines on it slightly. It kind of makes him blink, and he turns over and acknowledges you and goes up. Oh, hi.
It's fine, man.
What'd you say?
I asked how you were holding up, but you told me.
Yeah, I guess.
You smoke?
No.
You mind if I...
I don't care. You can do whatever you want. You know, I got these equations wrong the first time. All of them.
I'm gonna look around and look at all the papers. I'll be the first to admit I ain't got any idea whether or not you got them wrong or right. But I am an observant guy.
Picture this. Someone has to figure out how fast someone's bullet's going and how to make it go faster, farther, or hit harder. And that's what I was doing. And I was getting close, but man, was I not close enough. I messed up the equation early on, so by the time I got to the end, everything was off. I would have made a hand grenade instead of a gun or a tool.
So you overestimated.
Oh yeah. And he turns over, just blatantly folds the rest of the blueprints and then puts over this fresh set that he kept secluded, and he unfolds it and he goes, "That little turd stepped on my blueprints."
I was going to ask about that.
And wouldn't you know it, he then kind of brought it a little bit closer so it could, like, the light would let it be seen, and the ink had actually bled over and made a rogue 5, a 6, and then he was like, "It made my equations work." I don't know when he had started catching on, but he was smart. Smarter than me in many ways.
Well, I'll be honest with you. He had a fool out of me.
Ha! You and me both.
I didn't realize that he was that small. Like, I knew he was small, but that
He didn't
small.
want me to. Just something that he had to survive with. He was always the small one, had to run away from things, and finally he had a way to fight, something to stand up to those who, well, in any other position he would have never had a chance.
And he fought well. He did. For what he did.
That's all I can ask for, really.
That's true. That is true.
I just wanted him to have that life that he wanted to, not the one that he was forced to, the one that he could say was his. And if my little part of it ended up being that way and helping him get that, then happy to say I helped at least a little bit. I know you got cigarettes, but do you have any booze? For the God's sake, I need something right now.
Ishiyama's gonna kind of chuckle and reach into the inner pocket of his suit jacket. Do I have booze? What do you want, rum or whiskey?
He places his hands, each one empty on the table, and goes, I don't think I need to choose now, do I?
I'm gonna just... I'll give him both of them.
He takes 2 deep double swigs, and he places them back down and goes, schematics can wait for one night.
It's okay to mourn.
I never deny that. I just...
My point is try not to lose yourself in work. First time I lost somebody, I did that. That was the wrong thing to do.
In truth, I didn't think I could lose him. It was like you waking up without a left arm. It's just something you don't realize till it's gone.
You don't really plan on losing somebody. You don't plan on not losing them. But you always assume that, well, at least with me at least, I've always assumed that if the worst is going to happen, well, it's going to happen to me. And I prefer it that way. Time and time again, people I work with do seem to pass away.
Is that fucking Star Wars?
I was about to say the same fucking thing. I'm so glad somebody else said it first.
I have no idea if it is or not. It's off of a...
Dun, da, 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 da. It's like Reese, though. Anyway, sorry.
No, because it's like I was legitimately about to ask the same fucking question. So I'm glad we're all sharing the same brain cell.
My brain cell shut off apparently because I didn't catch it.
Ugh. Wow.
You knew him a lot more closer though. I asked something of him, and maybe I shouldn't have, but I never really got to know him.
Huh.
I kind of wish I did.
Well, seems we have plenty of alcohol.
It absolutely is Star Wars. I gotta change the music.
Yeah.
Keep going there, son.
Yes, officer. Copyright this guy right there.
We have plenty of alcohol. So, I'll tell you whatever you want until it runs out.
The mouse would not be happy.
The mouse already has.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, they've entered my domain.
Oh,
I'll do it myself.
I'm
You guys said the mouse would not be happy, and I remembered that Adamant has a pet mouse.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh no, Mickey.
So yeah, Ebram's just gonna like reminisce and pretty much just tell his life with Boo while he's drinking, and it's getting with every swig, it's getting more and more vulgar, and the more he's just stupidly laughing at dumb things. So by the time anyone else walks down there, like figure out what's going on, you just see this dwarf hysterically laughing about about a sentence that he said, and Boo was there, and it looks like he's lost his mind.
Ishiyama just the entire time will just keep him going.
Oh. Because I can tell you very much. I won't be able to tell that backstory because I will cry.
from what Ebram tells you about what he knew about Boo,
Boom.
he's always known Boo was a cat and had helped design the mech that Boo would pilot. He met Boo in a library. The library being, find the name of it really fast.
It's the Brass Citadel.
The Brass Citadel. The sister library to the Brass Keep. After their first encounter and the mech being made, they kind of parted ways for a little bit. On and off working together until Boo came back to him to tell him that the librarian that Boo was living with had been killed, and Boo wanted to help fight and keep people safe.
God, guys.
Sounds a lot like what he did. But oh,
In case anybody wants to read it.
And I would tell the story, but I'm already gonna cry.
well, Ebram, drink some water before you go to bed.
Maybe, huh? Maybe. I need to make sure I put my schematics away.
Don't
Then
worry
I
about
go
that.
to bed.
Nobody will touch him.
I'm better not.
I promise you, nobody's going to touch him. He'll be fine.
Good.
Go to sleep. I'm gonna take the flasks back, which have been bone dry probably for about an hour at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm gonna walk out.
Okay. Have a good one.
We'll make it to your sleeping areas. Get the rest for the night. As you're waking up, Adamant,
Yeah.
outside of your room, across the hall, there's something pinned to the ship's wall.
I'd like to go look at it.
It's a piece of paper.
What's it say? I think I can read. Is it written in a language I can read?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll say it's... What is the... let me see what language...
Elven, Common, and Dwarvish.
Say it's
Is
in
what
common.
Okay.
Magical device was that?
No, as I opened it, it's speaking to him.
The master told the bell. I must away.
He has told the great bell.
It was foretold in the scrolls.
Interesting.
Clever girl.
As you all begin to stir, you see just ahead the not particularly large city, but larger than some of these smaller villages, Corrin. And surprisingly, instead of having a major governmental building being at the center, you see what you could assume is only a library or some kind of giant art facility.
Well, at least they kept it clean.
I've returned.
Jesus Christ. And Ebram pretty much is just gonna have he has in essence an urn that's just the ashes that he was able to make a boo that he didn't want to leave. And he with all his bags and everything that he has stored, he's opting to carry the urn, and he just doesn't let anything get too close to it. Like it, even if it's like a mother carrying her child, he's not letting anything close to it.
Are you heading straight to the library itself, or where are you wanting to?
Yeah, he'd probably just go straight there.
Okay. You step into the library, and Ebram, as you step in, you see a younger elven woman with sandy blonde hair. And at seeing you, you see her. Ebram! Where's Boo? It's been a minute since you guys have shown up.
Yeah, he's slowly going to uncover the urn from his arm and under his jacket, and he's just gonna grimace slightly and go, he passed away, unfortunately. He's still not able to keep much of the keep emotion out of his voice and try and do it as quickly as possible. He's still just unable to hide pain.
See, like, the smile begin to quickly fade as she... Oh, no. She walks over and she places a hand on the back of yours. I'm so sorry.
It was. He went out being who he wanted to be. So, he probably lived more than most people do in their entire lifetimes. I
Wish
just.
to put him with her. Or...
Yeah. He would like that. I already have something to remember him by, but I know that if he wanted to be arrested, be with her.
She, as delicately as she can, like, places her hands out.
It takes a noticeable moment for him to actually move the urn closer to her. And when he lets go of it, his hands are just shaking. And he just kind of freezes, letting whatever happens happen.
Before Ebram could bring the urn to her hands, she stops gesturing as though she wants to hold it, and instead pushes the urn back to him. Come with us.
What was that?
Come with us.
Mm.
She turns and heads down towards a lower level of the library. There is a section that seems not necessarily a catacomb, but a resting place. And you see a series of spaces with no urns, no caskets, nothing in them, except for one, with a silver-laced urn.
I didn't expect this to be that hard.
None of us do.
He slowly walks over and, with the same hesitancy, he slowly places it on, or right next to the urn before, and kind of just smile, satisfied that even if Boo couldn't make this choice, he would be happy with it.
As Ebram, you place the urn down, you immediately feel the attendant hug Ebram's back.
He doesn't stop her. He gently, pats her and pretty much in thanks for her comfort, but he still just kind of existing in the moment, not really able to detach from it yet.
If you all need something while you're here, more than welcome. You know that.
Yeah, but I don't like intruding or staying too long.
Well, at least... stay here for a little while.
Okay.
No reason
I will.
Heading out too early.
I can do that. The others can go without me for a bit, or if there's a problem, I can head out, do that. But I'll stay for a minute. If that's okay with you guys. I mean, he kind of turns and for the first time actually like recognizing that others are present.
Of course.
Reed just nods.
Right.
You said you met him at a library?
Yeah.
I would like to go there.
You
We're
could be
here.
at it.
You did kind of follow him. Whether or not your character actually cares if they're there. Since you did know who.
We're standing in the library, correct?
No, we're in
the
the
lower
catacombs.
levels, but yes.
We're in the catacombs,
All right.
pretty much.
Oh.
God
See,
damn
I
you,
thought we
Dirk.
had
Come
went
back
to
for
like
one
some
time
kind
and
of
make me
church when
cry.
you said
Fuck you.
catacombs.
I know! I was fine! And he started talking, it's just like,
Okay,
Ebram.
before we continue, can either Alyssa or Brendan change a color and then either Sav or Demon? You guys have, like, you two and then you two have the same fucking colors, and it's real difficult to figure out what's what.
okay.
I choose my
Brendan, I
color
pick
based off of
purple,
what my
you pick green.
character's wearing.
Sure, that sounds kind of racist. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of that heat out. God damn, it's fucking hot in here.
Sorry.
Pretty sure.
Shut up, Fox.
Here. Is that better?
Waiting for it to change.
Better? It should have changed.
It just takes a second before it changes. What color did you change it to?
Purple.
How does this work?
Brendan's
It's-
is changing, like, right off. Mine's
Yours, you might have an update due or something.
probably.
That's fine.
For the thing itself. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
works.
That worked.
Um,
Do that. I got it.
Yeah, thank you. I also left a
Stop.
little
Stop.
spot to the side.
Guys.
Can I get an ooh?
I did mine on accident.
Anyhow.
I don't even know what's happening.
You are currently in the library now, so.
Yeah, sorry.
Ebram, if you don't mind, I'd like to go upstairs and browse the selections if that's possible.
Shit. Use
Yeah,
the
I
library.
updated this time.
Do what you want.
If you need anything, holler. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna go look for some stuff and I'm gonna text you what it is.
Well, what's funny is
I'm also going upstairs to look around the library.
welcome to the library.
Oh no, wait. Please don't have this be Halo
Oh, that
1
is
library.
very blurry on mine. Oh, there he goes.
Um,
I was about to say, I'm like, how bad was it?
Derpy, I literally thought that you were gonna put just the Halo 1 library mission title screen as the background, and I was about to have a panic attack. I don't know why that popped into my head as what you would do, but
oh,
Okay. Okay, go ahead and give me a investigation check, Brendan. Okay. You take a look for a while, and you find... Well, you don't find much on that front.
Okay.
You do, however, find bits of information on the second half of what you're looking for.
Okay.
Predominantly, you find information on. Have you read the thing already, or is it?
Which thing?
Let me find it real fast. It does have a bit of extra shit.
Are you going to DM this to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me make sure. You find this, which to you something. Let's just not worry about the second page of that, just the first page.
Oh, I've never. Okay, I just get this though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find this bit. But something's off. Something doesn't feel right.
Oh, he slightly has sight. Okay. That's not that bad. Oh. Okay, Poe sight too?
¿Qué pasa?
Okay.
I hear
Go
the sound
ahead
of
as
children
well.
playing.
And there are children in my house, yeah. We have no white claws for stuff. Sorry.
Demon, give me an investigation check as well.
Damn it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. Do I need to move my character or?
You can if you want to. You can investigate the areas or. Okay. I don't find anything particularly noticeable. You do notice in this area over here. Seems to be some form of an office. And as you step into it, you begin noticing immediately, and I assume, Ishiyama, if we're in there for a moment.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll assume like this is where is this where I find that thing, or do you want me to just say I found it?
Well, we'll say you found it. But as you step into here, Adamant and Ishiyama, you both notice there is a lot of iconography for various gods, predominantly the hero gods, especially one particular god. And how much does Ishiyama and Adamant know, respectively, of the hero gods? I'll let you all be your own judges of your characters.
Since they're not technically from
Other
here.
than the fact that they were around, like, on a different... Basically, Ishiyama probably would assume that they're fairy tales, considering they aren't from that world.
We're going with the idea that they would have been from this world.
Oh, okay, then...
Everything from previous games until Asmodeus was sent out is the same.
All right.
Adamant, in this case, they're plausible, but only because he's familiar with great old ones.
Would they know specifics about each of these gods?
No. He would not know specifics because he would have been too busy pursuing something on the other end of the spectrum.
No.
You notice immediately there is a lot to do with law here. There is a bit of iconography of Arbiter, but more so of Alfur. And where...
He is eternal. He will never leave.
You see a lot of depictions of Alfur as a great dragon instead of a kobold.
Gets even better by the minute.
It's gonna be just like in Mulan. They meet him and be like,
10,000 years to give you such a crack in the neck.
Can give you such a crack in the neck.
God, I want the police so I can take this thing off.
Just for the sake of positioning, I guess it wouldn't be really hard to find something about local flora or fauna.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, okay, read us.
Give me a investigation check just to see how big of a compendium you would be able to find.
Perception. I perceive.
Oh yeah,
zoology.
you can easily find a fair bit of information on both extant and extinct species of plants and animals.
Rita's gonna go read a book about ash shadows.
Oh my god.
I wish to read up on zoology. You learn all the letters to spell zoology.
I am not dyslexic.
Oh my god.
In the correct order too. It's like, yes!
That's so funny.
It's my character's arc, guys. I wasn't burning a town. It was all about not being dyslexic.
Oh, that's funny.
This boss fight will be a spelling bee.
Dyslexia makes it impossible for you to know the spell. So dumb. I've missed this terribly.
Good.
So,
of the
God damn you, Derby. I've cried more today than I have in the past 6 months.
Okay. I'm gonna find the others.
Fox.
What the
What?
Don't make me go around this whole map looking. Oh my goodness, I hate the library already.
I gotta turn off my Steam notifications.
What did he say?
Uh-oh, is it on the... Is it on
I
this...
don't know, but
Yeah, let's not say it in the round. You can take a screenshot, put on mute voice.
yeah. I just heard this. I heard this, the Steam message thing or whatever pop up. And,
well, out of... I guess we're gonna call this natural selection gravitation.
That's all I
Unfortunately, Ebram is the first one I found.
Jesus fuck, man.
Fox, you're pretty fucking on
It popped up in the bottom right corner too, which is the problem.
God damn it, man. You're gonna have to fucking edit that out.
Not stays in. He gets the pass.
Not stays in. Wait, okay, yeah, it gets the pass, but you are the one posting it. You don't get the pass to put it on the fucking thing.
He said it.
For the podcast listeners, I'm giving him the card.
All I'm saying is, if we give AOC the green light to call Trump the F-slur, he will immediately respond by calling her the N-word.
Ooh.
So
I don't know how to turn those off. Like, it shouldn't have popped up, but I kind of hope it did, just because that's just funny.
So adamant, not really knowing the group, but thinking he might have found something. Goes and taps on Ebram's shoulder, because he's the first one we found. Excuse me. I think something might be going on.
It's a library. What could possibly be going on in a library?
True words have never been more spoken.
I got a message on the boat. and he's like scratching the back of his head because he's kind of awkward about this right now. Like, he understands you're grieving, but he doesn't feel anything right now. And he's trying not to make it worse. Do you know anything about hero gods? I'm not familiar with gods at all.
I mean, yes. Like, what do you need to know?
What if there was one less?
What if there was one less?
Yeah, what if there was one less?
I mean, which one?
I don't know how many there are to begin with.
Oh, well, if there was one less, it might cause a bit of a stir, and we'd probably hear about it. So, I mean, less.
Do gods ever fight each other? I know sometimes the great old ones do not always get along.
Oh, they'll disagree and probably fight, but I mean, most of the hero gods came from realms that were steeped in war, so they banded together, really. To have them fight each other like that, it was not seen as impossible, but more of a less than likely thing.
Would the others know anything?
I don't know. Maybe. I know some, but I'm not. How would you put it? A devout cleric or anything that's just knows a lot about the gods. I know some, but definitely not everything. Actually, you probably could find bits in the library, especially what is it? There was a book about the gods. I think it was also used by the church. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if you could find that.
I don't know much. Thank you for your help. And he's gonna go, I guess, at this point, go look for the library and help find the book that was mentioned.
I will say the person, if you're wanting information on religion, Vestel was the most attuned to the
godly teachings.
Gods in this world, or at least in this party so far that you've met.
Well, looking for Vestel is also on the list, and unfortunately, every time I round a corner, the view of the library is so...
I'm gonna continue looking around and see if I can find anything that's gonna be...
I would like to look around.
I bet this
I
point
would also like to look around.
I'm wandering
I
the
have a
library.
shirt fucking
Around
all.
the world,
Alright.
around the
It's
world,
very comfortable so far.
around the world, around.
Everybody, Give me a perception check or an investigation check, and then we'll go down the row of what everybody's looking for.
I see books.
Ebram is not actually looking around. He's staying downstairs.
You're just hanging out.
Yeah.
He's going around the world.
As I'm wandering around the halls, I'm whispering, Vestel! Vestel!
It's gonna be an elderly
You just
lady
hear the
going.
distance.
Vestel, a little bit south from where you are, you do begin hearing somebody whispering your name.
Don't these young people
She's
not have
bored.
any?
She's still looking for more necromancy books.
Okay. With the 23, so you do find some books about necromancy, different uses for necromantic incantations.
I kind of want to see what's going on and see if I can find anything that has to do with the Swagan with the sigil. That is more particular. I want to look for necromancies with sigils.
You don't find anything necessarily. You do know from personal use, as well as from other teachings, that these symbols are used in forms of necromantic magic.
Mm-hmm.
And through these books, there's nothing really to go off of. It seems as though, from what you can read, though, this isn't necessarily a bringing something back to life, as it is dulling pains. The casting of cure wounds is a necromancy spell.
So it's the
It is
good labeled necromancy.
a dulling sensation.
Yeah.
But nothing's catching your attention.
Mm.
You do find in your looking through these books, you find a book that seems almost out of place hidden amongst these. It's a book on the Giant War.
The what?
The Giant War.
Oh, yeah.
And you find that there's a...
I can't hear what I'm going.
Yeah, and it's too fucking hot in here.
I know, I can't hear.
I know. You see that there's a red mark on the back of the book. The spine of it.
Okay.
And it is not a part of the book.
It's like somebody marked it on purpose.
Perhaps.
Hey, GM, I have a question.
Yes.
Does that mean necromancy can be used medicinally? Like, I may not be able to have medicinal M1A1 Abrams, but I can have medicinal necromancy.
Yes, exactly. That is the exact purpose for necromancy.
Sir, you have an army of undead, yeah, but it's medicinal.
You see the book itself seems to be in decent tact. The red, I shouldn't say red, more like a rusty red brown color.
More than likely dry blood.
Yeah. And as you're looking at it, you see there is a particular page that has a dot on it. You flip the book open, you see it's the page that describes the giants were forced back north.
Mm.
Doesn't describe how. And as you're thinking that, you notice there's something written on the book. Very light ink. That just says how.
Is this book able to be checked out?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm. She hands it to Uthgar to carry as she's walking around, looking around still.
Ishiyama, you don't find anything that seems relevant to what you're looking for. Nothing sticks out to you, nothing gets your attention, but I'm going to say I'm going to move your character really fast. Let's say you're over here for right now.
Okay.
As you hear, it sounds like a bookshelf being shifted. Give me a perception check at advantage. Damn, man. You hear
The rolls of
something-
mid.
You hear something snap almost? Like in the silence of like being out in the woods, hearing like a twig snap. It's just soft click.
Would I recognize like what it was from, or is it just a random sound?
It just sounds like a random sound.
Like it wouldn't sound like a hammer being pulled back like on a flintlock, right?
No.
Okay.
It is way too soft of a sound for that.
All right. Do I know the direction it came from, or just that I heard it?
A little to your northwest.
Go up here and look around.
That is east, dumbass.
Northwest? Oh, up here.
You make me
Dude,
know
I call
right.
the right side or left side the right side earlier. So
Specifically, you hear it coming from here.
Wow.
I looks at it.
As you step towards that direction, you see Vestel holding a book, and there is a string dangling from the back of it. You see the red mark on the spine of it.
Estelle, don't move.
Well, now you have me worried.
Can I see what the string goes to?
Yeah, it seems like it's in the bookshelf. It looks like it was... something's rigged.
Yeah.
Not to go off. As a alert.
You got a string attached to that book.
Yeah, like, looks at us. I was just curious of why a book about giants was in the necromancy section.
I don't doubt that, but that book specifically is rigged up for something. So, do me a favor.
It's already snapped.
Just keep an eye out.
Again, she hands it over to Uthgar. If anyone asks, I say he pulled it. It'll be fine.
As Ishiyama, you see the book get passed over, you again see that red mark. It is the same tint and it's roughly the same age as the blood on that medallion.
I'm going to...
You gotta intercept. Grab it.
No, I'm going to let you keep it. I'm just going to start moving around.
Okay.
Just start investigating different areas and stuff now.
All right. kind of looking around, getting to see more and more of this iconography of the dragon of Alfura. This seeming desire for order, for law and order.
Dun dun.
After some time has passed, you going through and checking these things, you hear something walk in. A few different people have walked in. See a couple patrons that are checking out books. There's a mage of some kind with them. And they run past, heading upstairs. Which, this here and here are two staircases leading up.
Do they look suspicious at all, or just patrons?
Give me a perception check.
Don't know.
Oh no.
My dudes. As they go up these flights of stairs, it sounds like whatever is in their pockets is jingling like hell. Some wealthy patrons.
Money. So we're gonna kill these people?
You hear the sound of patrons running.
Ha!
You hear the sound of unspent coin.
I'll follow them after about 30 seconds though. Just moseying on my way upstairs.
Go up the stairs.
I see.
Over here.
I see. Is this like a doorway, right? Like to the stairs itself?
Where?
Here.
Yeah, you just head straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see them going up. I see Inuyasha. God damn it.
Inuyasha. Hold on. You have a new name?
Brendan,
Ashiguma?
did you go
Ishiyama.
through the one closest to the center of the map, or the one
Center.
to the... Okay, so you're actually not there. You're over here.
Do I see Ishiyama go upstairs from here?
Yeah.
Then I'll put the good book aside and follow quietly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, stop moving. You're over here. I moved you over there because it's where
Okay.
the second floor is. That's third floor. This is a 3-floor building. Unfortunately, the walls that typically keep you guys locked into a room aren't keeping you locked into the rooms that I want you to be in.
Sucks to be
Okay.
It's forcing us to stay.
You see
So-
the people charge into the second floor, and then begin to immediately hang a left, or well, a right, which would be this way.
So, that doesn't smell fishy at all, does it?
I honestly don't know. I couldn't imagine what they're running to in a library, but
Well,
In
there's some
that
good books
direction
around.
we're running to.
They would have passed you, but
Awesome. So I'm A-okay to keep my book for now.
Yeah.
I also would like
I'll-
to do the waiting and then kind of go.
I'll slowly follow him. But I'm not like gonna I'm trying not to make it look like I'm following them because I don't want to. Not really following them. I'm just going in that direction.
yeah,
I'm just curious.
you hear them.
Cozy.
You hear what sounds like they're pockets full of change up here.
Give me Christmas.
And as as you're running up here, you begin noticing there are papers, documents, shit up here that seems to be knocked over.
Pick up a couple of them.
It's weird.
Just random documents, or
You see documents of... I guess, for a lack of better ways of describing this, documentation of citizenship. People who... their birth certificates. You see... it's different paperwork for identifying people. Which, as you're inspecting this is not a governmental building. This is a fucking library.
With a
Why
chemical
is
code.
there people's personal information in the library?
do I recognize any of the names?
As you're going through them, initially, no. As you're kind of looking through them, you find
I returned.
Arzak, a last name that you recognize.
I'm gonna.
You also notice there's a red score mark across the paper. And this paper seems to be a few years old.
I'm gonna fold it up and take it with me.
So, anything interesting up here?
I don't know yet. Something about this place doesn't sit right with me.
Want to check out the others more?
You hear in some of these rooms that are up here hushed, I guess, library conversations. Very quiet voices in some of these rooms that are out here. Seems like there's quite a few people up here.
Should we get the others before we proceed?
I don't think so, but then again, I really don't know.
Well, let's see what we can find.
I'm gonna. What else is up here? I guess I'll just go the way that they were going.
See another staircase.
Ooh.
I mean, Reed, if you feel the need to go get the rest of the group, that's up to you. If this is nothing, then I'd prefer to not get them.
I mean, if a ruckus arises, I think they'll notice that it's us.
Probably. Let's be honest.
But I feel like we should be a little bit more careful if we walk into any. And I'm gonna.
I don't know if this is dangerous or not. I just don't know. Like, not being whatever. Rich people seem to act weird constantly anyway, so I just don't know what this is.
You're better at this, so
I'll go up the stairs.
but I'll just follow him.
Okay. You step up here, and you begin hearing more talking, more... Yes, you can loop around.
Is it like
This...
audibles? Ah, okay.
Yeah. You peek around. I need a stealth check from the two of you.
I'm gonna fuck it cut that stuff check.
Okay.
I'm not, because I really don't know what this is.
He says it like that.
Okay. Reed, as you make your way around the corner, you're very quietly moving, getting into an area is kind of your forte. You know what you're doing. You assume that Ishiyama, what he's told you should be within the same boat until he makes it up to the last step and you hear his shoe catch a quick little stumble. Something that would be innocuous if the room didn't get quiet the moment that clatter of footsteps didn't happen. And as you round the corner, you see there are a few people turned looking towards your direction. Is there something we can help you with?
No, sorry, just browsing. There was no signage or anything like that, and I just assumed this was all...
That's entirely reasonable. We should have had more signage. Unfortunately, this area is closed off to the public. Most of the citizenry already is aware of this. Obviously, if you're not
I'm from out of town.
Corrin,
I apologize.
that's all right. But if you wouldn't mind, please just heading back down.
Yeah.
You see there's a few of these individuals that are working in this center of this room. The mage seems to be going through paperwork, and...
Do I recognize anything, or just...
Give me a perception check. Reed as well.
Hella.
I have rolled so mid this entire game.
Yikers.
The... Ishiyama, your immediate recognition is that though they are wearing common clothes, you can see there's a glint underneath their tunics. There's a sword on their hip. These people look like they've pretty prepped for a fight if something happens. And this is a fucking library. Reed, as you're looking, that mage is given a weird look, but you can't place what's going on.
Over there casting spells. His spells? Whack! He ponders his orb? Whack!
Whack!
I'm gonna
shoot him with an arrow. No, just kidding.
I'm gonna turn and just head back down the stairs.
Alright. Just gonna drop you both down.
Yeah.
Yep.
His robes,
like
whack.
white person.
His spells, whack. Me, I'm magical as fuck.
So, how do we feel about that? Just seemed like a place where
Well,
they
there's two things. Either they just are commoners that are rich and want to protect themselves, which I'm fine with. Or there's a group like that back home, and their entire job is essentially realm security, and they do dress in commoners' clothes, and their entire objective is to take people that aren't supposed to be there and make sure they aren't. So while I respect that, line of work. If that is the case, then we can't let them know that I'm here. At least let them figure out who I am.
Should I just go up and ask them if they're that?
No. I would highly advise against doing that. Just, they were polite, asked us to leave, didn't make too much of a fuss about it. Let's just go ahead and...
Okay. Well, you know this better than me, so...
I'm only going off of what I know, and right now, that's the only similarity that I've seen with this, because
It's just...
I mean, whatever, them guys are loaded with gold.
I'll just be honest. I'm still a little bit exhausted by what happened, and I don't feel like really starting trouble. So
That's why I left.
I'll take your judgment of the situation and follow you.
Yeah, it's not worth causing trouble if we don't have to, especially here, especially with what we're doing. I'm gonna go see if I can't find some more books and some more information on some stuff.
I will put like a arm around him and like talk a little louder. Yes, and I also read a book about snake. It can rub its scales against each other and ignite wood. Fucking cool as shit. And I'll walk off with him.
Reed. What the fuck?
Are you guys going back down to the lower level?
We're out of town.
Yeah.
We're out of towners. Let's play the part.
It's too late for me to come up with a new accent now.
That should definitely cause a... What's wrong with my accent?
Accent great. What do you mean?
Great accent.
Let's go find some borscht.
You all are going through and checking out different things. Adamant, you are able to get to speak with Bastel,
Oh, good.
if you would like.
I think I would like. Pastel! Pastel! You know things about gods, right?
Speak up, I can't hear.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Like, we're within talking
you under-
distance now.
Yeah. He was just whispering because of the library. He starts speaking up. You know about gods, right? You more than maybe the others.
Kinda had to, yeah.
What happens when a god goes missing?
Well, missing or dead.
There's one less.
Well, dead, usually another god will come up and fill the position. Missing, sometimes they get banished.
And if somebody's not filling a position, that causes problems, yes?
Yeah, everything must have its place.
What were the hero gods?
Well, if I'm remembering correctly, Alfior was order. Arbiter was also a type of order, but he was more of a foot soldier.
So would there be problems if one of them went missing?
Yes. How do you know order if there's no plates on... A plate is missing from one of the sides of a scale.
Okay. I think I follow.
God, you were very quiet.
I think there was a document on the table about somebody had been looking into Alfur and Arbiter over in one of the office areas. I don't know if it's a coincidence.
Well, there's coincidence as in what's been going on with the aberrations?
Maybe. You said Arbiter was a foot soldier?
Well, he was undying.
Would he have a reason to hold aberrations back?
Well,
Keep them from causing problems?
from some points, yes, he did. He wandered the land, casting out anything that really wasn't supposed to be here, and it was a threat.
So, what if he's missing?
Then, if quite a few terrible aberrant creatures could slip through, ones that would be a harm to all of mankind.
Yeah, that sounds like what's going on.
But aberrant creatures are always able to slip through. Hence why many spellcasters know the spell banishment. Some even say it in his name. I'm sure there's a few churches nearby that we could possibly ask more about their roles. My Festus didn't really teach me much about law and order, as much as what happens for death, how to treat, how to care, and how to resurrect.
I think learning their stories would help. Maybe
Also, like,
I can write
Ishiyama?
better stories.
She kind of looks over at Adamant and is like, "Are you also like Ishiyama and you're not from this plane?"
No, I had a rough childhood. My parents died when I was young. My education is rather informal.
Well, maybe we can find someone who is a little more adept at the other gods than I am. Maybe Reed would know more? But I'm not sure.
A good chunk of what I do is self-taught.
She kind of just like gives him like the awkward little smirk and kind of pats her shoulder. You'll get there, buddy. And kind of just walks in another direction.
He kind of goes, woo, as, the spell walks away.
As this happens, Ebram, you're closest to the door. You hear sounds like a few more of these people that had walked in earlier begin to walk in. And you notice they don't seem to be beelining, they seem to be spreading out. One heads up towards this way. Ebram, he walks towards you with a curious look. Self.
Sup?
Bjorn.
Sorry, I had mouthful of food in mouth.
Get the weed
It's
out of your
okay.
mouth. Keep talking.
Rather than mouthful
as
of food
the-
in ass.
The individual walks up to you. Excuse me, I apologize for bothering you. We've been getting a few reports from some of our citizens recently Would you happen to have seen or heard any suspicious activity? People that are maybe out of town, potentially causing some form of outbursts?
Kind of like turns and is this like what's this guy look like?
He is a human, about 5'11" to 6 foot, somewhere on that range. He seems to be. His face seems rather thin compared to his body. So, like, he's wearing some bulky clothes.
I mean, you're pretty weird yourself. I'm rather normal.
All right. Well, if you spot any interesting individuals, please do report to any guard station.
You know, it's pretty weird. Having a guy who's he looks pretty thin, but has a bunch of extra shite on, and he doesn't even look like he's using it. Does he actually have any weapons?
You do spot a blade on his hip.
And this is a church. Why would you need a sword?
This is a library, sir.
This is a church of knowledge, sir.
Amen.
It is a church.
Well, if you do find out anything or hear anything, please do not hesitate to let anyone know. He kind of grins like this, almost like half gritting his teeth, and walks off.
Oh, the
And when
customer
you get
service
too
has
far
a
and you
game
want to
to
talk to
focus on.
someone, let them know where the stick is for you.
As Adamant and Vestel, as the two of you are finishing up your conversation, you have someone else heading towards you. And Adamant, you are getting a lot of looks. We apologize for any issue, and as these people are looking around, they spot Uthgar. And now, Vestel, you notice as well, you're starting to get a lot of looks. We're having a lot of reports recently come in about some unsavory people that may be of interest. Where, may I ask, are the two of you from?
Well, my brother and I, she's going to be lying off her ass the entire time. So I don't know if you want me to go ahead and roll deception now.
Well, let's hear the deception first.
Well, my brother and I are actually from the mainland. We just has are we on the mainland now?
Yes, you're on the mainland. You're currently in Corrin, which is almost in the middle of the continent.
Middle of the continent. We're from. Fuck. I know
Resources.
where. Thank you. Where I'm planning on having us from. Is it pinned? It's pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dumont. Not Dumont, Domont.
From Domont.
Domont. My brother and I are actually from Dumont. At least our parents were. Sadly, we're both orphans. So we're just kind of trying to learn a bit more about our heritage. This is the best library in the entire continent, and well, I have a lot of issues around people, so she kind of gestures to Uthgar. This is more of a support than anything. Neither of us can really wield any weapons very well, so if you can find these terrifying people, I would love to know. They're locked. That's terrible.
Give me a deception check at disadvantage.
Oh,
Are
man.
you trying to sell
You
Oof guys
have-
a support animal?
There is a lot on that one.
I have no weapons visible.
You have your spear visible.
No, the spear goes into Uthgar.
It's in Uthgar.
Can't see inside of Uthgar.
Yes, he's a fucking corpse. You shove shit in there. Yes, you can see it.
Very well. There's deception.
Also,
Not good at deception.
you're saying that you're siblings with an entirely different ethnicity.
Whoa, whoa,
I said
that's a
both
loaded
orphans.
statement.
Your brother and I.
We're orphans.
That's
We're
history.
both orphans.
Deception.
Uh-oh.
As you finish saying this, you see him. Is that right? Where from in Demont? I actually have some family.
Oh, on the outskirts of town. Just closer to the bay.
Hmm.
So, you're gonna
That's
visibly
awesome
see
and
my
laugh.
character do the hand on his face.
You're gonna step in
Yes,
and, corroborate
sorry.
my lie?
I'm sorry. My friend has a very weird sense of humor. I have not been able to get her to turn it off yet. We are visiting with friends from out of town to lay another friend to rest. We were browsing the library.
Give me a persuasion check. See if you could persuade him away from.
Taking me straight to fucking
Yeah.
jail.
24.
Oh damn. He. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
May I ask from where you were all coming from, or how long ago your friend had passed away?
I am going to...
Okay, in background stuff, in the
I have to
time
look
we
at
were
the
on
map.
ship, did we fill him in on any of the stuff that we've done?
No one has said so.
Damn it.
Okay, that's the old map. It's in resources, though, for
Resources
the
and
modern map.
then go to
Yeah.
pin.
Yep, okay.
You would know where we were at, and then
You can also
It's-
just scroll up a little bit.
I was gonna say, it's been about a week.
Mhm.
And south of Duma.
On the end
Oh.
of the peninsula.
You mean my town?
Yeah.
That place is called Ekstama.
That's what he's not gonna necessarily know in that, because I forgot to pay attention to the road signs.
We're both retarded, that's why.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, I usually... Whoa. I'm sorry, I usually ride in the back of the carriages. Sleep until closer to the night. I missed the signs on the way, but it's much farther south past Demont. We've been on the road for about a week.
He kind of looks you over. Thank you for your honesty. You should really work on your friend's sense of humor.
I know.
He turns
It's been awful.
She gives him like a bit of a sarcastic smile, like, as he leaves.
And he's gonna turn to Vestel. Can you please not ruin any potential reputation we might have with the library? I would like to eventually get my books published here. Thank you.
Ishiyama, as you're looking around, I'm going to say you're close to the staircase. Not on it anymore. I'd say like close to here. But you hear a conversation, people asking questions, and you see someone walk into this room. looking towards Reed. Reed, you see a few people walk in wearing that same style of clothing, that thicker outer layer, and you will begin to notice that chainmail underneath the clothes. Excuse me, sir, if I may have a moment of your time.
Yes, you may.
We were doing a checkup. We had gotten reports recently from some of the citizenry that there's been some unsavory acts on our citizens. Would you, by chance, happen to have seen anything, or by chance heard of any attacks or violent acts made?
Not really. We just got here. Friend died and we put him to rest in the place he loved.
Mm-hmm. Would you mind if I asked where your friend had passed away and how long ago this had happened?
It's been a week, right? Like, that's...
Roughly.
Well, actually, this, still a little difficult to comprehend, to really get behind. You know, it's losing a loved one, right? A good friend. Poor little guy. Can you imagine what that's like, being cooked alive? Terrible. Was a week ago, roughly. And, just thinking about it. Terrible.
How much of this are you layering on?
I'm
'Cause
mixing everything in.
You're laying a little thick there.
Are we like, still going with the thing that the like different languages are like different actual languages, or?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how much I can mix this. I actually can't. I don't wanna. I'm too lazy.
This is all I picture the house is doing as he's saying this.
It's a.
Oh, no.
I pull out like a handkerchief and it's like wiping away a tear that doesn't exist.
The pH of the soil
Pulls
is too
out
high.
massive slong. I'm so
Afraid I may
sad.
die.
We were helping some people that asked us for help on I don't know what the village. It's somewhere south of Domont. It's just ruins, and we helped them out, and now we're here because a friend died while helping, and such a lovely little guy. You would have loved him. Let me tell you. But yeah, if you want,
favor.
ashes are here.
Roll me a deception check.
Can
and a
you do
persuasion
the
check.
performance check?
Yeah, or a performance. Yeah, let's do a
I'm
performance.
just gonna roll all three of them.
Do just a performance.
Okay. There.
You see him like
Sorry.
all of the events that you're just listing off is the exact same thing he just heard. But you are laying it on super fucking thick, and he's like,
Oh my god, I'm being an asshole.
was it a... Did it... Were the other two fucking with me?
Also sitting there all going like, wait, was the first one real?
Wh-
What the fuck is this shit?
Oh my god.
Right, you, that's, terrible to hear.
Yes, absolutely. It's terrible to witness.
You're... I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. I have to ask one last question. I am so sorry. Your accent. Where is that from?
Home?
Yes. Where is your home?
Archway City. That's where I have my dearest memories.
list your boss as a reference.
Give me a deception check at advantage.
It's not really deception. I'm not really lying.
It's
When-
technically not where he's originally from.
Shh. Well, yeah, but like home is where the soul is happy, right?
Home is now where you charbroil.
For example, my home currently is in this ice cream tub that I'm eating.
It's where the heart is at.
Archway City. That is an interesting accent from Archway City.
Well, I wasn't born there, obviously. I just moved there, and home is where the heart is at. So, like, kind of, you wouldn't really call a shitty childhood, a home, would you?
It does matter some, though.
Why that? That
This
sounds a
man
little
racist.
loaded. That sounds a little loaded. Who are you?
We are members of the guard here.
I'd like to see that. Show me.
What is your
You
badge
see him-
number?
You see him like gesture towards his blade. This is our sign.
A blade. Do you got
Yes.
like a... Shit, I don't know. Hold on. I gotta open Google
you
Translate.
do notice it is a bit of
badge?
a ornate blade. It has what seems to be a
Thank you.
dragon hilt.
You got like a badge or anything? Something that actually shows you being part of something? This is kind of...
Anyone can
I don't know. Kind of loaded question there, and
You
Kinda-
see as you're talking, you see a few more people walking around the corner to like look towards you in the same style of armor and that same weapon. No,
Are you guys-
I don't think we need to. Where are you from?
are you guys the troublemakers from out of town? Am I in danger?
You punked.
I don't feel safe right now. What is that picture?
What the fuck? Okay. Oh my god.
I saw that, dude. I was like, no, I have to share that.
Dude, that looks like the shit I'd send you.
That was just that wasn't even on Reels, dude. That was on my main feed.
You up?
Algorithm forged for Ian's.
For all that are not aware,
Oh my god!
you need peanut butter. The last time it says you up on a text message. I can definitely see you being like really high and doing that one. Well,
You'd see the first guy who would come up to you begin to pull a shackle from his side. Sir, I think you should come with us.
Is it like money you want?
No, I
This is about the point where Ishiyama's gonna walk in. I was wondering where you ran off to.
I feel like I'm being robbed right now.
Is there a problem here?
you see these group of men turn to look at you, Ishiyama, and there is immediate recognition. You see disgust hit a lot of these men's face. Your friend is going to come with us for a bit of a conversation for a minute.
I think you guys should leave the morning be.
See one of them look you over. We have a very interesting setup here. You wouldn't happen to have arrived within the past day, would you?
Hey. Like, just in
Past
town?
few hours, yeah.
To bury a friend.
I think you all have that same story. You see
Yes.
he's kind of looking you
Because
over.
that's what happened.
We can show you his own.
Where was your friend killed at?
Ixtamar.
Domon or something, I don't remember. I get so confused with the 3Ds, dude. It's been about 6 or 7 days, though, since he passed.
He's like
Came
looking
here
you
from-
over. Where are you from?
Archway City.
Give me a deception check really fast.
Does my story in any way, shape, or form help him?
No.
I'm gonna fucking card it.
You wanna fucking card it?
You
Yeah.
did so good to start and you had to fuck it up with a bad one.
It's a good thing I did.
It's okay, baby.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh,
No.
Anna, don't go back and start more shit.
depression.
Would Ebram be able to, like, if he
Because
wanted to
he's got his
start
headset on
walking
right
around
now.
more and be out of the catacombs, would he be able to notice this, or are they just on upper level?
We're on the first floor.
Oh, you're on the first floor? Oh.
Yeah.
And they did walk past you when they entered.
Well, yeah, they did talk to him, yes, but it was more or less just like, it kind of just bothered him, so he just
Would
leave
if Ebram
eventually.
was moving around out of the catacombs, would he notice this right now?
I'll say yeah.
Okay. Well, he's gonna let this continue on for a minute.
Alright.
I got stuff like that picture, dude.
With
Oh,
all due
no.
respect, something doesn't add up. We've been having a lot of reports of some less than savory activity happening. And something about your friends not making sense here.
Do you?
It's just
Because they don't feel very safe with you guys around.
why would that be?
Because you're asking them where they're from after they've told you they're in mourning. I'm familiar with
And-
what you guys do. So
What's that?
I'm familiar with what you guys do.
And what would
Now.
that be?
Dude, you're asking where people are from after they've given you an answer, and you still don't believe them. We're a group of friends in mourning after losing one of our own. If you don't believe us, that's fine. But that's the truth. And I can't force you to believe.
Well, I wish I could but there's encounter after encounter. Less than pleasant questions need to be asked. Less than pleasant decisions.
Yeah. So,
And as
word of
he-
advice, I would learn where that line's at. Surveillance is one thing. Constantly pressuring is another.
If I'd rather this not come down to a larger confrontation.
Then don't. Turn around and walk away and accept the fact that these are our friends in mourning. And that we plan to leave
Fortunately,
town
I
by
can't
that.
do
And fortunately for you, I believe you can. You just don't want to. You want the confrontation.
Hoping that it doesn't have to, but
Oh,
Not
bullshit.
gonna say
You
no
are
to it.
absolutely full of it. You know damn
see-
well where this is going.
you see him like smirk and you begin
How
to
loud
notice the
would be the
hands are
click of...
That last part was
Yeah.
loud enough that you'd absolutely be able to hear it.
No, I mean, how loud would the click of Ebram's pistol be?
loud enough to hear.
Ebram's going to point it at the guy and have it ready to go and says, I'll give you one fucking choice left. Leave. Or we'll leave over their corpses. Because I've been mourning a good friend. And if you besmirch this place by being assholes, I'll fuck you up.
At this point, can Sam and Vestal kind of like go over there because they're like, oh god, we're friends.
Yeah, absolutely. If you would like to head that way.
I don't know where they are.
No.
They're
See,
up this way.
I was actually kind of hoping to speak with you, one of you,
Hey, there's Reed.
politely, of course.
Ah!
Why'd you make a
Oh.
You got
Ah.
wide.
double wide surprise?
Double wide.
No, that's
God.
triple wide.
I want to be able to see. Oh, that's
Now-
a door. Or room.
Certainly have our attention.
Hold on. Give me a second. I realized the music ran out.
It's quiet.
It's quiet. Oh, shit.
Here's the sound of children playing. And then
Oh,
burn.
no.
Don't make me break the library. The Temple of Knowledge. Sorry, a Church of Knowledge.
Church of Knowledge.
Get.
This
I'm
church
gonna
of knowledge.
fucking educate you on your lesson. Don't fuck with us.
What? How is... What? Who? What? Hold on.
Oh no!
I can't believe we're fighting ice like that.
Yeah.
We're fighting ice.
Basically what they are.
I know, but it's like I haven't thought about it that way. So it's really funny.
Hey, people from other planes looked at someone in a different skin color, aggressive and want to arrest people.
Now,
Hey, listen,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
about to deport them to the afterlife.
Thing is, they don't even have to be from another plane. I'm from another continent, and they were fucking suspicious.
now.
Funny enough,
They were
I'm the only
suspicious
one
because
that
you
didn't
just kept
get-
laying on a
you know.
thing.
That's also
Like
true.
a liar.
Don't be saying facts.
Would any of you happen to know anything
I'll
about
be
the name
safe.
Arzak?
As
in mind,
you
I'm
say
asking-
Arzak,
I'm asking politely. I do not wish for, as you say, a larger escalation.
Do we have a double encirclement now? Am I cornered by
You-
them and they are cornered by they?
you have you standing, a group around you. The group around them And now you're beginning to notice people are coming down the stairs behind Ishiyama, and over on the side, there's more individuals. As he steps forward to look over you, Business, Zenith, Zorman, Vilron,
Is he coming
Andres?
down?
These sound particularly familiar to you?
Only Arzak.
Why would that be?
That's my information and my prerogative alone. Just asked if you guys knew where one of them would be. If you don't, that's fine.
Went home. Recommend doing the same.
You would talking to the rest of your boys there, or...
No?
Ishima's going to get kind of close to the guy. I'd recommend just turning around and walking back out. I'm here to bury a friend. I prefer not to bury any more people.
I don't think you're very
Speak
good
for
at that.
yourself. I'll fucking kill all of you for inconveniencing me.
Fair point. Don't anger a dwarf.
No, I would if I needed to. But right now, burying the friend is more important. We came up here to relax and get away. Now, leave us be.
He steps closer towards you. He... Brimstone has a long trail, doesn't it?
So does the shit on your boot.
As he begins to draw a blade,
So I will do the same.
You hear a loud bang. Something
Instantly look over at
something
Ebram.
down here. You hear books flying across the room. You hear what sounds like multiple hits. The guard that are around you begin to kind of look around. Go, check it out, now! He pushes past you. You hear what sounds like someone yelling as they're thrown?
I'm going to walk over there.
I will
Me
accompany him.
too. I want to check that shit out. I want to see them get their ass
Let's,
beat.
for safety, move as a pack.
Yes, we shall do so.
You should move your character as well.
Where did they
You
go?
see-
There it is.
Something fly this way.
Ooh. That looks like fun. I'm gonna go up here, like, another
How?
corner.
As you look around the corner, you see there is a shorter figure lifting one of these guards and slamming them to the ground. As they see the group of you making it around the corner, you see this smaller figure turn and jump out of a window.
Whoa.
She looks over at him, and you thought my explanation was a little over the top.
Well, I found the person they were looking for.
And they are
Ebram walks over. Like, is the guard that they were talking to earlier? Is he on the ground?
not the one you were talking to. They're quickly following behind this figure that jumped out the window.
Fucking idiots! Fucking
You see
asking the
the-
wrong questions, wrong people.
see the guy that has been thrown across the room laying on the ground with just like this pained expression.
Oh, the Loki
I'm gonna
face.
walk over to him and just, I'm not even gonna look down, I'm just gonna stand right next to his head. Like, like next to his shoulder. 2 things. I don't know who the hell that was. And really learn subtlety, for the love of God. I'm gonna walk away.
Steal stuff from him so bad.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
yeah.
Ebram kind of walks over, sees the guy, and just goes, "You're lucky this is considered sacred ground to me. Otherwise, I'd beat you to death. Have a good day."
Ishiyama, as you look over towards the area where this fight took place, you see carved almost on one of the shelves address. Read the page.
I
Mistel.
am gonna say this because they pissed me off. I am not checking out the book. I'm just taking it.
Mistel. Where's that book at that was tripped?
She kind of like takes her hand and kind of motions it over to Uthgar. He just pulls it out of the tum-tum spot.
I'm gonna power walk over to him. Let me see it.
Pulls out of his tum-tum spot.
I'm gonna start flipping through the pages.
Like,
Oh, that page is pretty much marked work.
Vestel had read earlier, there is a page that seems to be stained with blood. It is the page that is speaking about the end of the Giant Wars, where the Giants were forced to the northern reaches, but nothing is told how. And at the bottom of the page, you see written in very faint ink, how.
How?
How.
Admin's gonna look over your shoulder. How? What's that book about?
Giant Wars or something.
Can I roll history?
Yes.
I'd like to as well.
Okay.
I guess I'll hope.
Ishiyama, you remember only that there was something about giants or something
Giants
when you guys were
were
fighting the starved giant, maybe? That's about as far as your recollection goes. Adamant, the reason why Gosberg is as big as it was, it's made by giants.
Ooh.
Forever ago, giants had built that city and built many others like it. And later on, in the development of the cities, the story goes that the giants began to farm the humans. Anything that was smaller than them were used as cattle. Until
I think
these humanoids revolted. After some time, there were some heroes that came from the skies themselves and forced these giants back to the upper reaches of the continent, all the way up into the ice and snow. However, this didn't happen after the events of the ships making their way to Mercury. This happened years before.
I think maybe I've been putting some things together wrong. I might be able to explain my thought process, not here. But it needs to be sooner rather than later.
Well, I don't think we're
should
planning on staying here
probably
very
go
long
to an
anyway.
inn. You will have to also trust me so that no one over. You, me, and the others. know
You
I'm
have
still the
the-
newest.
You helped me when you weren't asked to, so you have my trust.
And mine.
Okay.
And mine.
I think
I've never fucking met you, so I don't know shit.
We'll get to
Order.
introductions later.
Okay, so for this to make a little bit more sense, he's heard about them fighting that starved giant.
Yes. It was kind of a big deal that these
Adventurers,
small town heroes from Archway City coming to Gosberg and actually competing in the Gosberg Games, where they fought the hardest challenge being a starved hill giant.
Okay. Yes, when we get an inn and some dinner and us
Sorry,
We
so I'll
can-
talk about ice cream, maybe not ice cream.
communicate.
Is it talking about us?
Is this really
Huh?
us?
It's talking about us, right?
Well,
Yeah.
no, like, that's him specifically hearing about you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, he's heard about you guys. The book refers to an event that sent the giants packing north. About heroes that came from the sky, but nothing else. It does not say how. It does not say exactly when. It doesn't say what they used. It doesn't say anything besides they got sent back to the ice.
So we go now.
And on the bottom of this page, in kind of dull ink, in the same handwriting that's on that wall, is how.
Like, as a question.
Have I seen that handwriting before?
Yes. It is in that note that you had found that morning.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, to the inn, I think would be best.
Well,
Well,
I don't want to stick around for the gods to come back, so I feel like we should do that.
This man is about to Sherlock his Holmes.
Are you guys wanting to take a ship and then start heading your way down to Fermina, or what would you like to do?
Are we staying
wanna-
in town? Because that thing was also rather
Yeah, we have.
odd situation.
Do we want to risk waiting, like getting one day of rest here and then going, or do we want to just go straight to the boat and go on?
I feel like straight to the boat might
Yeah.
be for the best. See how.
Yeah, how long do you guys want to stay here?
Yeah.
If we don't, like, leave, it's also cheaper than staying at the inn.
All
We
right.
already have
That's
that.
True that.
I'm gonna
Quickly.
write down on a piece on a note.
Mhm.
Something,
Humongous.
and I'm just gonna leave it for the guards.
Okay.
Is it just going to say, y'all racist bitches?
Fuck y'all, racist asses.
I also
Your Twitter
did not
link to the
mention it
post
earlier.
where
I
I,
did take that
shamed
note.
It may or may not read, "You all suck at your job." Back in my day.
Back in my day, I used to eat bitches.
We're going
like
to the
you.
boat though. I'll write this out and then just let
All
me
right.
know after
Okay.
I leave.
Well,
You all step into the boat, and there's that quick get up and go kind of mentality. You shove off.
we have one problem.
Okay.
There are 4. At the moment, I can only handle 3. Meaning
Can
I
you,
will
like-
have to do this twice.
Can you explain?
Actually, never mind.
Um,
I'm not gonna write anything. Fuck it.
As I'm doing this, it's
Ah, that's what you're talking about.
psychic whisper. So this is the first time, so I'm not expending any dice. Why do I keep spelling toll instead of roll?
I will say you don't need to say this twice. You just say it once.
Yeah, but he's gonna do it twice, so I'm gonna expend the dice.
Okay.
It is one of my psionic dice, which I am currently at a D6. So this is good for 2 hours, which is long enough for him to explain this. That note I found was, this is all coming in your head now. Nothing out loud, his lips are not moving. Who are we starting with? Or it probably doesn't really matter, he's just gonna...
I will say,
let's
let's assume for this, since, you know, it's one person difference, that you would be able to have everybody in the conversation at the same time.
Okay.
Let's just assume that, and then use the...
sake of brevity.
Yeah,
I am willing
just for
to,
brevity's
like,
sake.
spend 2 dice for the extra strain if that...
No, the one dice is fine. But because this is a party conversation, I feel like it would make more sense for everybody to be a part of it instead of like, oh yeah, now that you've talked about it with this group, now this one person that hasn't heard anything is going to have a completely different thought process or something.
Yeah.
So just to save time and effort.
The note I found said there's one less now, and that I should read it. We went to the library, and we found the book about the giant wars. What did you guys kill before I joined you?
Giant.
Another starved giant?
Precisely, killed a giant. Now there is one less. You guys are aware of how Gossenberg got built.
Not really.
It was built by giants. And then...
Oh, that explains the doors.
The story goes, heroes came from the sky, then the giants were pushed out. There's some similarities. You guys are being looked at as heroes. I happen to also stumble upon papers about the hero gods. Where did the hero gods come from?
I am absolutely not familiar with that. Seeing how I did grow up.
Ebram would know.
Reed would not know. He grew up in a cult, and that just hated religion.
No one knows. No one knows exactly where or how this group came to be.
No.
Is it possible that somebody might try to use a group like us to do something else as horrible?
So, are you suggesting that we're the good guys and there's some bad guys out there?
I think somebody might use us as tools if we are not careful. Heroes become legends. Legends are often wielded like weapons.
Can we talk back, or do we have to, like...
Yeah, no, you can absolutely talk back. This is back and forth.
So, when we were still in Gosberg getting ready to leave, there was I stopped to get some cigarettes. And on the table next to me, there was a medallion from one of the rival families of mine, covered in the same blood that is on the back of that book.
What kind of blood would that be?
Not humanoid.
Well,
when we got to the...
Not exactly humanoid.
No, this is...
Asterix know the difference. Not Asterix. I still know the difference if she tasted it.
No.
It's dried old blood. You wouldn't be able to... I don't think you'd be able to tell much of anything from it anyway.
It looks black at this point, probably.
If you ask me, it's probably something that is definitely not from this plane, and I would almost guarantee is probably abyssal.
Okay, so extraplanar, possibly abyssal, not Fey.
No.
That sounds like a problem that a god would hate.
Yeah, somebody was specifically looking at things about Arbiter and Fafnir, Fury.
Alfier.
That's the name.
Fafnir.
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 I hate them naughty gods. Fucking paganism.
I too like the dwarf that turned into a dragon.
But yes, you're looking for somebody. That's your business. Rival House has nothing to do.
I will explain what I do here momentarily, because at this point now, I guess I have to kind of explain it. But I would rather this be an in-person, when we're on the boat and away from people.
Yes.
Which you were.
And we're not even talking out loud.
I thought we were all doing this on the way to the boat.
No, you
This
were
is on the way
boat.
to the boat,
We just
but
got
this is
to the boat.
telepathically. This is
Oh, that's
telepathic
what I thought. This entire
communication.
conversation is happening while
I
we're
assumed
running
we
it
to
was. I assumed
Or
it
Or
was
it's
on
at
the boat.
I thought we were.
I mean,
It
I
can
guess
be
we
on the
would be
boat.
on the boat by now.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's say we get on the
I
boat, and then
do-
we wait. I'm gonna wait until about an hour after we set sail.
I do not know who this C person was, but they are leaving me a message. I do
Not
know if
sure
Abby
either.
is sending them indirectly.
Love you.
Love you too.
Not you, Fox. I despise you.
Aw.
I love my mother, though.
I'm gonna
Aww.
once we get on the boat though,
Fine,
and once
I
we get
love
I
away
love your
from
mom as well.
once we get away from people,
She
I'm
loves
going
you too,
to
Fox.
Yippee.
His response was, yippee!
Oh boy. Boy,
once we get on the
howdy.
boat, I'm gonna wait for a while, and then I'm gonna go up.
By the way, this thing lasts for 2 hours, so you guys can still do this telepathically, so you don't have the ship's crew hearing it.
You have the
So
mental equivalent of Ebram's autism speaking.
Which is not good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we are in each other's heads, so it's pretty much just fair game.
You have the equivalent of someone who's talking to himself with 3 separate versions of himself trying to make things work, and you all are hearing this in the background. Like, it is equivalent. It is annoying.
Not only that,
I'm-
his inside thoughts should only stay inside. I'm pretty sure you could also hear, oh god, does that smell me or is it Uthgar?
I'm gonna, if everyone can come down to the lower deck.
Why would I need to go down there? You have my fucking brains. Just tell me.
Because I'd rather see your guys' face, and I want to know you all are here. That's why.
Hey.
I also have one more big thing to tell you all.
No, I don't love you. No, I'm not getting married to you yet. Move on.
Oh yeah?
I just where the spigot is.
I'm gonna start with you. And he's pointing at the door. So we're in a room. We're all by ourselves, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
The telepathy is still going. You guys are all looking at Ebram, right? And as he says he's gonna start with Ebram, and he's pointing at Ebram.
Sure.
You look back at Adamant, and you don't necessarily see Adamant. You see Ebram.
That's disgusting.
Tosis.
So, you're changeling?
He's quietly nodding. And then he goes back to looking like normal. Or what you guys are used to seeing.
All right.
You choose to look like a rock?
All right. So, word of advice.
It's memory of godfather? Back when he was younger?
So word of advice, don't try to look like me.
They're racist. I don't want to look
It's
like
not that.
Well, it's partial.
You guys may assume they're racist, and sure, they probably are. But back home, we have groups that are like them. They do the exact same thing.
He's trying to save your skin so you don't get killed because they think you're him.
Yes. There are 7 families. I'm from the Aegis family. Then there are 6 others.
Is it Adris?
Yes.
Oh, I fucking mispronounced the shit out of that.
That's all right.
Were you doing address?
Did you think it was the Daedras?
I pronounced it address.
It's Aegis.
address. He's of the
I
address
knew where you
family.
But there are 6 others. Jesus, Arzak, Zenith, Jizoth, Zorman, Bilron. The medallion that was found that had the blood, that has the same blood on the back of that book, was from the Vilrons. I'm hoping the blood is actually from the victor and that the member of the Vilron family is dead, because that means one less person I gotta deal with. But me and the 6 other families are here on this plane tracking down an object. And it's powerful, and in the wrong hands, it can do extreme amounts of harm. My entire job is to find it and then take it back home.
Ebram's gonna slowly raise his hand like a fucking kid in school.
Yeah.
Would this object happen to be handheld? Maybe a fucking relic?
It's a relic. Here's the problem. I know it's a back home souls are currency. This is essentially a item to how do I put this?
It makes the currency?
No, it more like hoards it. It basically
It's a fucking soul bank.
It's essentially a money fountain.
Oh.
Now, I have no idea exactly how big this thing is, nor what shape or what color or anything. We were only told, and this is the same briefing that I know for a fact this is the same briefing that every other family got. It is a item that can be held in your hands, so it's not massive. And it was somewhere on this plane, and we were told what it did. That is it.
Such fucking detailed assistance.
How long's it been missing?
Missing? Oh. I hate to inform you, but it was never ours to begin with. We're taking it. But it is better if really me or the Zenith families get it. Preferably mine, of course, but if the Villarons get a hold of it, there's no other way to put this other than this realm will be in jeopardy.
Oh, fucking delightful.
We're essentially object and people trackers. We go after people, and then eventually we're after relics of power, and that's the mission now. This plane has those kinds of groups as well.
That want trinkets?
Say what?
Wait a minute.
Bounty hunters that want trinkets?
Wait a minute.
Kind of.
Is it limited to... You said souls. All souls, right?
Yes.
Giants have souls.
Yes.
Is it possible that this item was created and used in the Giant War?
Anything's possible. Oh, I'll be honest.
Question.
I'm trying
what's
to
the
find information
value
on
of
this
a
thing.
single soul?
There's not a lot.
There's not a lot of value in one soul?
I don't...
It depends on what they did in life.
Because picture this, you got giant souls stuck in them maybe that are worth like a bajillion times more than a normal one.
Not exactly. Like, intelligence goes a long way, morality goes a long way, strength can go a long way. It depends. There are certain human souls that are going to be worth more than giant souls. There are certain giant souls that'll be worth more than human souls.
Interesting.
Now, like I was saying, this realm has the same groups that say we do. There are relic or bounty hunters here that will go to other planes and either try to kill or take or whatever. We also have essentially a crowd control police, I guess, that will find these people and send them back to the plane they came from. So
I might be able to help, though I kind of doubt that it'll go the way we think it will.
no, the problem is if they banish me from this realm, I cannot come back for at least a year, which sets me back tremendously. So
Then don't give up.
that's the entire intention.
Mr. the DM,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
You may ask it.
How many licks?
I have already asked it.
Over Tootsie Pop? With the music, it sounds like he's in a movie scene where the hacker man's typing and trying to hack into the mainframe.
All he does is push enter. I'm in.
I'm in, boys.
When you finally get your PP hard, I'm in.
Nope, not even Viagra can help me out. Yeah.
Oh, I think Brendan died. Wow. Just Gonzo.
Bad.
All right, I have nothing more to add at the moment. So we're looking
In
for
locating this thing, I might be able to help. But then again,
Depends on what you
it
mean
might
by help.
it might be an utter pain in the ass. So, I'm just letting you know now. I'll put some feelers out and try and help. But, for the love of God, if it goes poorly, just, leave.
Oh, real quick. Hypothetically, we find this thing. You take it back home. Are you coming back?
Also, yeah, that is a fair point.
Or
I mean,
do we all have to see another person go and never to be seen again?
it's not that I can't come back, but I am on a job. So it depends on where I go next. It's switching up the music. Like, I don't know why the thing is being a pain right now. But it is.
Because it is technology.
It just kind of depends, I guess. It's not that I won't, but do keep in mind,
More
like,
for
my-
the inevitability, others should be prepared.
for the what?
For the inevitability of your departure, after seeing what had happened,
Keep in mind,
a
I just-
celebration maybe instead of mourning.
I've only been here for about 3 months. This job is projected to take a lot longer. This is not an easy task. This isn't like I know where this thing is at. I can just go straight to it. And I just gotta fight people on the way. Like, nobody knows where this is at. Nobody knows whose hands it in. Nobody knows if it's underground. We don't know much.
No.
So we stumble upon it like we stumble upon information of my family.
I guess.
It works for me.
Don't think that this is just once I get it, and I will say once I do get it, I probably do have to head immediately back. So that way there's not as much risk of me losing it.
Item, souls, undead. Who in the world would know
Agreed, the
anything about
doggo
this?
Who would know?
It's ironic
I
that you
know.
said doggo
Terrell.
of war.
The
Yeah, so it's
Because the
agreed
dog that's
doggo of
barking
war.
in
Yeah.
is named Ares.
Oh, well, wow.
He's gonna pull out the note and he's gonna pass it around. It's just signed C. They know something we don't.
Huh.
Well, when we were over by that bookshelf, there was no carving. But when we came back, that's when the man threw the guy out the window and then jumped out the window.
Weren't you over there when I found you?
Yeah. That's where
That could have been
Ishiyama
you
came
that
from.
was thrown across the door. If we had not moved to go help the others.
Unless the guards were being how they were.
Targeted?
Targeted, yes. Maybe he didn't like it.
I mean, when's the last time you liked getting thrown out a window?
Normally I'm jumping. But,
That's fair.
oh, that's really...
This.
He's gonna kind of hold his gut a little bit. I don't like this. We lost Boo, and now I think we're being followed.
Oh, we're 100% being followed.
I don't like this. I don't like being followed.
I take the responsibility of that because I feel like that's mainly me. But
Out of all those families that you know, do you know anyone with the initial C?
Would I, Dakota? 'Cause I don't think
no
so.
one jumps to your mind.
Yeah.
Also, if this is part of one of those families, why aberrant blood?
Yeah. I highly doubt it, I'll be honest. This is... let me put it this way. The Zilrons would not have left any trace of them being there. So either that was a complete accident or somebody left it, and I'm on the side of somebody or something left it.
Who was close enough to see what threw the men?
It was a smallish figure is all I saw.
Would I have been able to get a good look of him?
At your range, I would say
Since I do know
probably you would have been the closest whenever things changed. Say, give me a just an intelligence or a history check, whichever. I don't know if you have. History is not buff than just intelligence.
13.
That works. It's humanoid shaped. About a bit under 6 foot. Stocky looking fucker. But you don't really have a good view of
Something that could be able to lift a man and chuckle.
what race man.
Yeah. That narrows it down from regular human unless that fucker is really fucking beefy.
Yeah.
If some of that chemicals available, I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, there's all kinds of people in this world. You think it was human?
At least humanoid.
Human shape?
Yes.
I still think maybe we should have followed it.
I wasn't following the guards. As much as I would have liked to figure out who the hell left that emblem on that table.
What was
Like
the
I said,
emblem?
I can't risk being caught.
You said the emblem was of another family?
It's yeah. So for lack of a better term, nobody likes them. They are the scum of what we do. Even the families that I don't get along with try to have a sense of morality. The Zilrons are hated by everybody, which means that they do nothing. Right.
What is your symbol so that we can recognize somebody from your family? Not as an enemy, then?
You're not going to see anybody else from my family. I'm it.
Are you Leo? You're it? Or
I'm guessing they possibly could be sending one at a time of your family anyway?
The way this works is we were told that each family was going to have one person come to this plane and search for the object. Essentially a race. Now, I have no doubt in 5 of the other families probably followed that rule. The Zilrons, I will guarantee you did not.
now is this like you fight them on sight, or do you try to talk?
There is no talking. Fighting, it depends on where we're at. If we're in public, I'd prefer not to. However, if they attack us, then obviously I don't lay down and take it.
They attack us, we fight them anyway.
I will hand the emblem around. Just if any of you seriously see this emblem, let me know.
Okay, but we are in this together.
I appreciate it.
They may have only sent one of you, but you have helped them.
Yes, Lord Thumb. I
Let's say,
understand.
whose phone is that goddamn loud?
Okay. Normally that phone is muted, but yeah, sorry.
With that,
I guess.
I'm going to go up back to the front of the ship, smoke a cigarette, and start writing my journal again.
All right, and that is also where we will end tonight's session.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
good
Asking
RP session.
more
Good RP
questions.
session.
Yeah, also, I took you
Questions,
busy. I missed a few weeks, and then you, like, made me cry the first time I get back to you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh boy, you
We
should
tried to warn
rewatch
you.
that last session.
No, I won't.
Nah,
I don't want to cry.
You
I
should.
don't want to cry.
It was a good session though. It was a good RP.
I've cried more today than I have in the past, like, 6 months, so I'm good.
You should watch it.
The fact
It
that
is really good.
we had very different, well, we had 3 very different interactions with the same group of people. We're gonna lie. No, we're not gonna lie to them.
Then we had whatever Fox's was.
Oh,
Burn them all.
technically not lying. I was writing that word technicality very hard though.
You were.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we
my
had,
headphones are about-
y'all better shut the fuck up or I'm blasting ya.
I really didn't want to fight them. I'll be honest. Like I really didn't.
There's
No,
quite a lot of
I
them.
had the
I'm just
idea
gonna
that
say
we
there
were-
was a lot of them. Even if they're not that strong, there's a shitload of them.
I know. Like
So,
I was
Derpy,
not.
just for the sake of how many I had counted you number out at least 10.
Oh, good.
More.
There were more.
I would bet at least 16.
Significantly more than 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like hearing groups of 4 here and groups of 4 here.
That's just the ones you saw.
Those were the ones you saw.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like the Mortal Kombat tower. Like it's a never-ending fight. You
But
can
I
reach
was
the end.
Not to mention, it's not just going to be rank and file like
No.
fighters. You've got. There's even some kind of spellcasting happening above you, and you're not sure how many spellcasters were up there.
Yeah. All right, and